Ukrainian people are finally engaging in what sources have called an 8-year-long war. Russia has invaded Ukraine, sending bombs at many military arsenals throughout the country, and Americans are flooding streets around the nation in protest.
Hands off Ukraine! Hands off Ukraine!
Thousands of miles away, though, over 1 million Ukrainians can be found living in the U.S. 9 of these Ukrainians can be found on Ohio University's campus. While their family and friends begin to fight in a war, they are preparing for midterm exams. Yesterday, a group of Ukrainian students gathered in front of Ohio University's Baker Center to advocate for Ukraine. Anastasia Sarhava is a second-year master's student taking Latin American Studies at OU. She came to America 1 year ago, and she said it feels scary to be here while so much occurs at home.
It's hard because you're also thinking about your friends, about your family. I called my dad and I also wrote to my friends if they're okay or not.
The Ukrainian students sat and talked with passing students about the crisis and what they can do to help. Les Yakamchuk is a Ukrainian student getting his master's in fine arts at OU. He said he feels useless and wishes he could be home and part of the fight.
We have to do something more, something huge, and everybody's just talking about this huge things, but nobody's doing it. Even now, after Russia openly attacked Ukraine, nobody's doing something.
Ohio University's Office for Global Affairs tries to be an open space for all international students seeking help. Whether they are struggling in a class or just need somebody to talk to, the office is open to those students for that kind of support. Dan Cahill, Director of International Services and Operations for the Global Affairs Office, has students that come for all different kinds of support.
We have decided that we do not want international students being just sent somewhere else. If someone walks in the door and says, "This is what I need," you don't just say, "Oh, that's not our office."
This isn't the first time the university has had students struggling with significant events happening in their home country. Natural disasters and other wars have left international student residents alike feeling isolated and homesick. Mashra Hamudin is a training director and assistant director at Ohio University's Counseling and Psychological Services. She says, quote, "The stress of leaving behind loved ones and concerns about their safety and well-being cannot be underestimated. Warring countries may impact travel, accessibility to loved ones, and a future career or life decisions. Some students may also experience survivor's guilt at being in a more stable and safe place than their loved one at home." End quote. Cahill explains how everyone can be a listening ear to someone struggling.
I think we all have to remember that we're all humans, and so the things that would help us are things that may help anyone. If you see somebody struggling, just ask them.
For WOUB, I'm Schiopota.